Funeral turns into a flash mob. Now, this was the scene Saturday around 2 near Walnut Grove and Tillman, if you want to call this a flash mob. Cars doing donuts, burnouts. One woman says she even heard what she thought was gunfire.
Fox 13's Daniel Wilkerson is joining us live near that intersection. Daniel, you uncovered the people seen in that video. They said they had just come from a funeral.
Just came from a funeral, Daryl and Darcy. Good evening to you. Good evening to you at home. Yes, the funeral home behind me here. Quick to point out that they knew nothing about this until it happened. Meanwhile, perhaps the question tonight is, did associates of this young man really honor his life by doing this, especially when you take in consideration the fact that he died after a car crash?
This is the scene Saturday. A Bartlett woman who we are not identifying says she came across.
I saw billows of smoke coming up in the air and cars just going in circles and burning out.
The woman tells me she was already in a panic. She was rushing her 17-year-old cat Simba, who is in the end stages of life, to an animal hospital.
I knew I needed to get my cat to the vet, and they were directly in front of the vet.
You can hear the cat in the background. At about this time, she says she noticed something.
It was so chaotic, it was so out of control, but yet it seemed like it was pre-planned. It seemed like they knew where to go. They were all wearing, some of the guys were wearing the same kind of shirts. They were carrying red roses. The girls looked like they were going to a club.
The funeral home that sits near this intersection, the people who work here tell me they had nothing to do with this, but they say there was a funeral here Saturday. They say when it let out, people got into their cars, they started doing donuts here in the street, and then they went into the intersection here and did the same thing.
The funeral home says that service was for 23-year-old Tyshawn McKnight. Memphis police say McKnight and another man died on the 19th when they veered into oncoming traffic. MPD says the person they hit at last check was in critical condition. Back to the incident that happened Saturday.
What do you think police could do? I mean, I guess you can't predict where this is going to happen as part of their challenge.
Honestly, the location is not as important as the fact that they know there are no consequences.
Back out live even tonight, you can see those tire marks are visible. Now, I did ask Memphis Police Department what they're doing to curb incidents like this. They told me in an email, we need people to report these type of reckless behavior immediately, end quote. Now, I should also add, just before news time, I got an email from a woman identifying herself as the grandmother of the person who died, that 23-year-old. She says, in part, in that email, that the family in no way condone the actions of who she is calling associates of her grandson. Darcy.
That is Fox 13's Daniel Wilkerson reporting tonight. Thank you so much, Daniel.